So good day for grade 9 students. So we are closing to the second term test in your schools. So we will be discussing some questions which are past paper questions which will be helpful for you to get good marks for your second term test. Question number 1 from the lesson number patterns. So first question, find the next two terms of the given number pattern. So the terms of this number pattern is given as 10, 5, 0 and asking us the next two terms, which is going to be very easy, right? So 10 minus 5 equals to 5 means first term minus 5 gives you the second term. So second term minus 5, 5 minus 5 equals to third term. 0 minus 5 gives you the next term. So the fourth term of this number sequence is minus 5. Now the next question, next value. In order to get the next value, we have to subtract another 5 from negative 5. Today, so the final answer gives you by the operation negative 5, negative 5, negative 5, negative 5, minus 5, minus 5. Here the answer is minus 10. So the answers for this question is negative 5 and negative 10. Question number 2. A discount of 5% offered when an item purchased with marked price 500 rupees. Find the selling price of the item. Right. Actually, there are two methods that we can get the answer for this question. Right. Let's discuss both the questions, both the patterns, both the ways that we can get answers quickly. Right. Now the marked price of the item is 500 rupees. Marked price of the item 500 rupees. Discount given. Discount given is what? 5%. Shall we find out this discount amount in terms of rupees? Right. So discount amount in terms of rupees. Discount amount. How to find out the discount amount? Discount amount is 5% of 500 rupees. So 5%, if you write it as a fraction, 5 over 100, you are multiplying that by 500. 500 divided by 100 gives you 5. So the discount amount is 25 rupees. What is asking us? Asking us find the selling price of the item. Therefore, selling price is 500 minus 25, 475 rupees. 475 rupees. Right. This is one method to get the answer. Now what's the other method? That is also something very important. Right. So either methods are correct, both the methods are correct, but this method is kind of bit time consuming. The method I am going to tell you now will be less time consuming. Right. Shall we focus on that method as well? Pute, if the marked price of the item is 100, after giving the discounts, what will be the selling price? If the marked price is 100, if the discount of 5% is given, the selling price will be 95 rupees. Right? So what is asking? Now the marked price is 500. Mebalan, right. If you consider the marked price as 1 unit, how are you going to get the selling price? 100 divided by 100 gives you 1. So we have to do the same thing to the right hand side of this relationship as well. So if you divide 100 by 100, you get 1. Let's divide 95 by 100. What you will be getting? You will be getting 95 over 100. That means if the marked price of the item is, let's say, 1 unit, if the marked price of the item is 1 unit, then the selling price is 95 over 100 amount. Now the actual mark price of the item is 500. How are we going to get the selling price? Yes, how are we going to get the selling price? If you can remember, when we doing the lesson percentages, we have done a lot of amount of questions in this way, in this method. So you should be able to get the answers by now. Alright, okay. So the selling price will be given by the mathematical operations. 500, you are multiplying it by 95, then you have to divide it by 100. 500 divided by 100 is 5. 5 times 5, 25. You have 2 left. 5 times 9 is 45. Plus 2 is 47. So the selling price of the item, you can get the same answer in using this method as well. So the selling price of the item is 475 rupees. Got it? Clear? Moving into another very easy question, fractions. Adding fractions together. Right? So we have to add two fractions, 1 over 8 and 1 over 4. Now the most important thing, the main thing that you need to remember when it comes to adding fractions is you have to have same denominators in order to get the answer. Right? So when you're looking at the denominators, we have number 8 in one fraction, we have number 4 in the other fraction. The least common multiple, LCM, least common multiple of 4 and 8, yes, equals to 8. So let's convert all the denominators to 8 in these fractions. So 1 over 8, you don't have to do anything. So I'm writing it as 1 over 8. But when it comes to 1 over 4, we have to convert the denominator to number 8, so that we have to multiply both numerator and the denominator by 2. 1 over 8 plus 2 over 8. We have a same denominator now, which is 8. Numerators will be added together. 1 plus 2 is 3. Therefore, the answer is 3 over 8. Answer is 3 over 8. Question number 4. Find the value of y. Right. Today, can you all see that there is a straight line segment like this? We have a straight line segment here. We have a straight line segment here. Right. So on the straight line segment, we have adjacent angles placed. So the magnitude of this angle is y. Magnitude of this angle is again y. Magnitude of this angle is 48 degrees. Very simple. The sum of all the angles on a straight line equals to 180 degrees. The sum of all the angles which is placed on a straight line segment equals to 180 degrees. So we can write an equation y plus 48 equals 180 degrees. So y plus y is 2 times y plus 48 equals 180 degrees. Let's bring this 180 degrees to the right hand side. So 2y equals 180 minus 48. 2y is now equals to here 132 degrees. Am I correct? Yes. Now to get the value of y, we have to divide 132 by 2. Therefore, the answer is 66 degrees. Magnitude of the angle y equals to 66 degrees. Magnitude of the angle y equals to 66 degrees. Let's move on. Move on to the question number 5. Right. Question number 5 is from the lesson number patterns again. The general term of a number pattern is 3n minus 1. So general term 3tn equals 3n minus 1. Find the 21st term of this number pattern. Find the 21st term of this number pattern. So n equals to 21 in this case. So n can be any number. According to this question, now n is equals to 21. So T21, 21st term equals 3n. What is the mathematical operation you have in between 3 and n? Yes, multiplication. So 3n means you are 3 multiplying by n. This time 3 is multiplying by 21 minus 1. 3 times 21, 63, minus 1 is 62. So the 21st term of this number sequence, 21st term of this number pattern equals to 62. Am I correct? Correct, right? So 3 times 21 minus 1, 63 minus 1 equals 62. Right, right. Question number 6. Convert the binary number 1, 1, 1, 0 to base 2 as a decimal number. So binary numbers are constructed with powers of 2. Can you remember? These all are constructed with powers of 2. This number 0 is actually not 0. That is 2 to the power 0 into 0. This number 1 is actually not number 1. That is 2 to the power 1 into 1. This number 1 is actually not number 1. 2 to the power 2 into 1. This number 1 is not actually 1. 2 to the power 3 into 1. 2 to the power 3 into 1. Right. So, let's write. Let's expand these values in order to convert this binary number into a decimal number. Right. Here you go. Right. So, as I told you earlier, this 0 is actually not a 0. It's 2 to the power 0 times 0. Next one, 2 to the power 1 times 1. 2 to the power 2 times 2. 2 to the power 3 times 3. 2 to the power 0 is 1, because if you consider any number, the 0 power of any number is 1. X to the power 0 is 1. Let's say 1000 to the power 0, still the value is 1. Therefore 2 to the power 0 is also 1. 1 times 0 but equals to 0. 2 to the power 1, 2. 2 into 1 is 2. 2 to the power 2 is 4. 4 into 2 is 8. 2 to the power 3 is 8. 8 to the power 8 into 3 2 to the power 3 is 8. 8 into 3 is 24. Right. Alright. Did I do it correctly? Yes. Right. 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 plus 24 is 34. Am I correct? Am I correct? Yes. Varaduna neda. Made a mistake. Made a mistake here. Me mukadda ne me liwe. මෙතන එකයිනේ. මෙතනත් එකයිනේ. මම බැලුවා මේ මොකද වුනේ කියලා. Right. Made a mistake. Sorry. Right. 2 to the power 2 into 1. 2 to the power 3 into 1. 4, 8. Right. Now you get in the correct answer. Right. So 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 8 is 14. Right. So the decimal number is what? 14. Binary number is 1110. Decimal number is 14. Right. So we know how to convert a binary number into a decimal number. Binary number into a decimal number. Shall we convert a decimal number into a binary number? Shall we convert a decimal number into a binary number? Yes, we can. Right. Let's get the same example. 14, a decimal number. Let's convert this into a binary number. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Importantly, you have to write the amount of remainders. So 14 divided by 2 is 7. Remainder is 0. Let's divide 7 by 2. Answer is 3. Remainder is 1. 3 divided by 2, answer is 1, remainder is 1. Now, when we writing this as a binary number, you have to write the digits in this particular direction. You have to write the digits in this particular direction. So 14, if you want to write it as a binary number, 1, 1, 1, 0. This is the order to write digits, and we need to mention the base as well. So the answer is 1, 1, 1, 0 to base 2. Alright? Okay. Question number 7. If m equals -1 and n equals half, if m equals -1 and n equals half, find the value of 2 times mn. Find the value of 2 times mn. So 2 times mn means you have to multiply 2 by m again by n. So 2 into m is -1, n is half. 2 into -1, n is minus half. Okay. Now we can cancel out this the denominator 2 with the numerator 2. So what we only have is -1 into +1. -1 into +1 is again -1. Therefore, answer for the question is -1. Question number 7, answer is -1. Question number 8. We have given a figure asking us to find the value of x. Importantly, what we need to understand here is these two line segments are a pair of parallel line segments, right? And also the magnitude of this angle is 40 degrees because these are vertically opposite angles. If the magnitude of this angle is x, we can consider the magnitude of this angle is also as x because the alternate angles are equal in magnitude, right? So considering these informations, we can find out the value of x. By considering this triangle, we know the sum of internal angles of a triangle is equals to 180 degrees. So let's write an equation. X plus 40 plus a 90 degree angle is given there in the triangle equals 180 degrees. X plus 40 plus 90 is 130 equals 180. So x is equals 180 degrees minus 130 degrees. X equals to 50 degrees. X equals to 50 degrees. Question number 8, answer is 50 degrees. Moving on to question number 9. Question number 9. Given an algebraic expression 3p to the power 2 minus 75. 3p to the power 2 minus 75. Asking us to factorize. Can we factorize it? Let's give a try. How many terms are there in this algebraic expression? Yes, we have 2 terms. Do we have common terms, common factors for these 2 terms? Yes, we do. What is the common factor? 3. Shall we take this 3 out as a common factor? I'm taking this number 3 out as a common factor. So what to put inside the brackets? So in order to get 3p squared, I have to put p squared inside the brackets. To get 75, I have to put minus 25 inside the brackets. So 3 into p gives you 3p squared. 3 into p squared gives you 3p squared. 3 into minus 25. 3 into minus 25 gives you minus 75. Right. So 3 times r. Inside the brackets we have p squared. If you think a little, we can write 25 also as a square number. 725 equals square of 5, so 5 square. So we can write it as 3 into p squared minus 5 squared, right? So p, can you remember a squared minus b squared? How to factorize a squared minus b squared? How to factorize a squared minus b squared? This is calling as difference between squares. Difference between squares. How to factorize difference between squares? We can write it as a plus b times a minus b. So a squared minus b squared, we can write it as a plus b times a minus b. So in the same way, we can factorize this part as well. So 3, we do not do anything for this number 3, let's keep it as it is. Then we have p plus 5 times p minus 5. P plus 5 times p minus 5. P plus 5 times p minus 5. Alright, that is question number 9. Question number 10. From the lesson scientific notation, we have given a question 273,000. Write this number in scientific notation. Now when it comes to the lesson scientific notation, right, there are two things that we need to give attention, give your focus, right? When you writing a number using scientific notation, there should be a number which is equals to 1 or in between 1 and 10. There should be a number which is equals to 1 or in between 1 and 10. The other part of the notation should be written as a power of 10. Should be written as a power of 10. Right. Now when it comes to this example, 273,000. First we have to understand where the decimal point is placed in this number. So where the decimal point is placed in this number? Yes, the decimal place is decimal point is placed after this number 0. So this number 273,000 is not a number in between 1 and 10. So let's move the decimal points towards the left hand side. So 27,300, not a number in between 1 and 10. 2,730, not a number in between 1 and 10. Further bringing the decimal point towards left hand side, 273, not a number in between 1 and 10. Further bringing 23.77.3, not a number in between 1 and 10. Here you go. Once you bring the decimal point to here, you will be getting a number. The number is in between 1 and 10. 2.73. Now, the original number given in the question is 273,000. Now, we have modified that number as 2.73. Now, it is obvious 273,000 not equals to 2.73. What you have to do in order to get 273,000 again, you have to bring this decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units towards your right hand side again. So in order to do that, what we have to do is you have to multiply this number by 1 and another 5 zeros. 1 and another 5 zeros. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros will bring the decimal points towards right hand side for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. Right. So 2.73 is already there. Right. This number 100,000. Can we write it as a power of 10? 100,000. Can we write it as a power of 10? Yes, we can. Hi. 100,000. How to write it as a power of 10? 10 to the power 5. So this notation we are calling as the scientific notation. This notation we are calling it as the scientific notation. Alright. So we have discussed 10 questions from a past paper, right? So this is actually mixed questions from couple of past papers, right? So we will be continue discussing past paper questions as much as possible until you are having your school term tests. So today we will stop the class for the day from this particular point, and in another week we'll discuss rest of the questions. I hope the questions, the 10 questions which we have discussed, refresh your knowledge about what we have learned over the last 6 months. More questions to discuss, more questions to come, more papers to come. We'll do all these questions and papers and sharpen our knowledge, refresh our knowledge regarding the whatever the things we have learned in the past 6 months, and try to get the best possible amount of marks in your term tests. Alright kids, so I'm going to stop the session for the day today. So I wish you, every one of you, a good day. See you.